Really, Chris?
It's getting cold. It's the fall.
It was
not in California with that goddamn Russian ass hat on.
I actually have one of those for the winter. It's brown.
I got two of these. This is the best. This had a Buffalo Bills thing on it, but I don't know what happened to it. Fell off. Anyway. Hi, girls.
Hi,
Happy,
guys. Happy.
What, Friday?
It's our Friday. Friday. And it's a long weekend. It's a long weekend up here in Massachusetts.
It's Friday. Isn't that the song?
Oh, Friday night.
So we had a very interesting week on Married at First Sight.
Extremely interesting. And the thing is, I got the scores from last week, so I'm dying to hear how they have changed.
Listen,
go ahead, Tanya, sing it.
What a difference a week made.
There you go.
People
are losing their damn minds.
Everybody's losing their minds. And
starting with
just when I thought, wait, let me just go there. Let me just go there real quick. Just when I thought last week, we were like, oh my God, that was the epic of all epic episodes. Then we get to this one, and I'm sitting there laying in my bed at 3 a.m. watching it, and I'm like, what the fuck? All right, so who are we going to start with? I'll let you decide, Chris. Decide who you're going to start with.
We'll start with Myrla and Gil.
And Gil, yeah, because they were
because they are 100% staying together.
The bitch, listen to me. The bitch is walking the dog. They're boring now.
When he said that she wanted a dog now, I was like, but you know what that shows? Growth.
Yes.
Growth
and
humanity.
And
she actually has a better heart than we thought she did. To start liking that animal the way she did.
Oh, he's slobbering on the floor.
I know, but she still.
But you know, she cleaned that shit up real quick. And here's the thing. Here's the thing with me. I think that Myrla and Gil are fucking like bunnies, and because Myrla is Myrla, she don't want her business in them streets. I think they are out there doing the dirty deeds and doing all that shit, and he's not saying it. And she's not saying it because she doesn't want her business in the streets. She clearly loves him. And I don't think I'm not changing my scores. I think last week I said 95, right? What did I say? 95?
85.
I'm going to give them I'm going up 10 points. I'm going to give them 95.
You're going to give them
she was walking the man's dog. She was looking at him like,
I'm at 92.
No, you were right. You gave them a 95. I'm sorry. Last week you gave them a 95.
I'm keeping it at 95. Okay. I think who would have thought that Myrla and Gil would be the strongest couple?
Me.
Not the strongest couple. You didn't like her.
Not the strongest couple, but I told you that Gil is the only motherfucker in the world that could deal with Myrla. He's the only person that could deal with her. Period. And she even said
this far.
He's so patient.
Yeah, he is. I agree with you on that.
Her girl was like, remember, her girl was like, you know, kind of. I was thinking about you guys too when she was actually talking to her girl, and her girl was kind of being like, you know, dropping the, you know, oh, so and so, oh, you know, really? So she actually has a girl who can break it down to her or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Myrla realizes that motherfucker loves her dirty fucking asshole-ish drawers and will deal with her shit, even though he says she's bougie, she's this and that. And even when she's like, when she was so excited about the apartment thing,
yes,
that he chose, right? Then he chose.
He went out. He did the due diligence and went out and looked for the 2 apartments, but he did it. And he looked for apartments that were compatible to her. That's what she loved about it. He found shit that was like, okay, maybe it's not going to work for him, but it works for her.
And I think it's different for him also because he'd be sharing the rent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's between two people. Because if he was living on his own and then had her money, they could, whatever he would be paying on his own anyway, if it was a nicer apartment with cost Houston $1,500 more, we'll say, you can get a fat fucking place. You know what I mean? So that was his probably compromise, because she does make more than he does.
Yes.
But yeah, they're like thick as thieves.
I like it. But I have to digress real quick, because as the single bitch in the group, I mean, we're all single, but I'm going there as the whore of the group. His friend, that when he met his friend for lunch, I don't know who that brother is, but I wanted to sit on his face.
Oh my God. I don't even remember what he looks like.
Oh, he was fine as hell. And he had that deep voice and he had that body. He walked in. I was like, who is that? I forgot that he was even at the wedding. He was in the wedding. And I forgot all about that. And when he was sitting down with Gil, I'm like, who are you, boo-boo? Because I want to sit and spin on your face. Oh, yeah.
Well, back to what you said about you think that they are having sex and because of her, which is interesting. I would be disappointed only because I don't like being manipulated and lied to. You know, on TV, it's a show. You're supposed to like,
right.
You don't have to give me details, but you could say, yeah, we have been intimate. So, and look
at what's it called, Clara, and I sent the article.
Yeah, and when they said that they were, then I'm like, you know what, you deserve all that you got, Clara, because you just lied for no reason. It was absolutely no reason other than to create some type of drama. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would have cared if you all were actually having sex, but you knew that made your storyline,
right,
you know, more interesting. And to say that you all did it because of privacy, no, bullshit. You did it to make yourselves more interesting, if that's the case. And that's how I would feel with Myrla and Gil. To me, then you're manipulating the fans by giving us a false narrative of what's really, you know, going on. And we're not watching for that. Well, I mean, we know that there's going to be scripts to everything. But I would be disappointed, but I really don't think as of now that they are, because I'm just gonna go with what he's saying and then, you know, what she's saying. But there definitely is a strong intimacy between the two of them.
I don't think that. Well, I don't know. I just think that maybe they are having sex, but if they're not having sex, I don't think that it's going to come out until they have them hard one-to-ones with the experts, and then we get to the decision day. Because I don't think it's a Gil thing. I think it's a Myrla thing.
Yeah.
I think if
but
they're
going along with it, it's a him thing too.
Well, maybe it's a him thing too, because he's just going with her. He just wants to make her happy.
But I think the Gil, if they were really fucking, I think you'd see more of a twinkle in his eye, as opposed to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like if they were fucking, I think there'd be more of a, you know, I got a kiss. He's like, I got a kiss back a couple weeks ago. I think there'd be a little bit more of a twinkle in his eye, or at least, but when he was flexing with his little tank top on and shit, and she was coming in and he was doing, he's much more relaxed around her.
Thank you.
You know, he's much more like, what? What do you say?
Yep.
Shut up, bitch.
Right. Well, it leads me.
He's almost at that point where he's like,
that they are fucking, and bitch. They're just not publicizing it. And when he met his fine ass friend, oh Lord, I got to know who that Negro's name is, because I want to date him, or I just want to have sex with him. When he was with his friend, and his friend's like, did you guys consummate the marriage? He's like, no.
He's like, it's not even.
He was so nonchalant about it. The fact that he was so nonchalant about it, but he was like talking about the fact that she's now walking the dog, she's doing this, she's got this, she's she is who she is, and his friend's like, okay, all right. I'm like,
he's breaking her down week by week. You know, I mean, His game is strong.
Yeah.
His game.
It's just the patient game.
It's
That's all
strong.
it is. It's just the patient being
I
patient.
think they're fucking. I'm going to put my money on the fact that they're fucking.
Yeah.
Really?
And they're just not spilling. I think Gil wants to spill the tea, but I think that Myrla's got his nuts by the hand. And she's like, we're not going to put that shit. We're not putting our business out there.
Mm.
I think they are fucking the way she looks at him, the way he looks at her, and their whole thing.
And they're like, we're getting a place. Do they already move into this new place? They're about to.
No, they're about to because he didn't renew his lease. And now they're making the plans to get a apartment, or he looked at 2 apartments in the building that they're currently living in.
But then he found another place, I think, that she really liked, because it had like the exercise room with the, like, what is that? Yes. Not the Peloton, but the mirrored exercise.
Oh yeah, they have the mirror.
Mirror. And she was talking about that, and she was all,
yeah.
And even her friend was just like, you let him go apartment hunting, and she's like, I trust him. And that's another thing. I think that for certain things, she's more than happy to say, hey, you take care of it.
Yep.
You take care of it.
She wants to be taken care of.
Exactly.
She wants to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she wants to be taken care of, but she can hold her own. I look at her now as like
somebody
she
that
wants a man to be the man. She needs a man to take the lead role. And I respect her for that. I cannot believe I'm saying this right now, because in the beginning, I wanted to crucify her. I think we all did. I think all of America did. We wanted to crucify her. We all hated her.
Although
who would have thought that she would be the one bitch on the show that I like the most? I am all team Myrla right now. I give her a 95.
I give them a 95. But I still don't like her character.
I don't like her at all still.
I still don't like her character. And if they work out together, that's great. I could deal with them as a couple. I don't think I could deal with her separately.
Good for them.
I don't think me and her could be friends. Let's say that. But I like her and Gil together. I like them together.
I don't like her though.
I didn't like the banter at first because I was like, bitch, dude, you got a good man here. Like all of us single women out here, like stressing, and you got a good Negro.
And her friend said that too about her.
But he's now flipped the script, and she is all into him. I love the way that she looks at him. Listen, again, I say this every fucking week. I look at the eyes and the contact, that the way that these people look at each other. She looks at him. And I'm looking at her eyes. She absolutely adores him. And I'm all for it.
So what are we giving them?
I'm giving them a 95. I'm sticking with my 95.
92.
92.
92.
92. Did you do that last week? You did somebody like that last week.
I did something like 83 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with my 95. And I think they're gonna go all the way. And they're going to be the next couple. They're going to be, and I'll go so far to say they'll be the next couple on what's that show?
I don't know, because I don't know if she wants to be on TV anymore.
Oh, she will if the money's right. Don't get it twisted. That
$2,000, like not that much.
Yeah.
Well, not that much, but she'll take that short money, because that means they're going to get followers on Instagram and Facebook and whatever, and they'll make their money on that. Trust me, if he's down with it, if they make it and he's down with it, they'll sign up for that shit.
But when she was like, she was going over to someone's house and she was like,
yeah, that's why I don't like her. Yeah.
She's so
she doesn't try. And like her friend was saying, his friends are going to think that you're a B. You need to try more. And she was just like, no, and again, that could still be her talking shit, because look how much shit she talked about that dog and then swerved the other way.
Right. Now she wants her own dog.
Mm-hmm. And then the thing is like, I think that she likes being in his presence so much that she will gravitate towards some of the things that he likes. And if he likes going to his friend's house or whatever, like she was just like, instead of going to his house for a housewarming, why can't we go to a restaurant? Stop being dumb. Where were you raised at? In a fucking cave?
Right.
Just like, yes, that's the thing. I still don't like her. Great that they're together and it's working out. And I do see like the intimacy and love or whatever, but her, to me, I just don't like her.
I also think it's the fact that he loves that dog and he shows love to that dog and shows that he can love someone or something and he loves that dog, which translates to her, wow, he really loves that dog. He would really love me like that. Mm-hmm. He's that type of dude. To once, they're in, she's like, oh, okay, well, I see how much he loves this dog and it's just a dog. Well, I'm fucking the shit, so he's gonna really love me. She hasn't talked that much shit recently, too, which is
she's been really on the low, really low key.
You've been good.
All right, let's get off them.
All right, who's next?
Brett and fucking
Ryan.
Dead Eyes.
Oh God, Dead Eyes is not. Listen,
can I just say? Okay, go ahead. You go first.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Shahidah. Go ahead.
The theme for me this week with the women, besides Myrla and besides Michaela, but Brett and Bao and Rachel. You see in front of you. You see what's going on. You can make up 1,000 excuses you want to say it's fixed, it's workable, I can do this. None of them are really, in my opinion, dealing with fucking reality. Brett. One with Brett is she knows that he doesn't like her. And when he sat her down at that couch and she was like, I know he wants to tell me something and he wasn't voicing it, then you know what? Be that woman and say, I know you don't want me. I don't like feeling this way. And I think I'm going to take myself out. Sometimes you got to be mindful of your own heart.
Thank you.
Why was her nose so red? You see when her nose is so red? You see when her nose was so red at one point?
Maybe it was the dirt off of them dirty ass fucking chairs that her and her friend was swinging on. And I was like, motherfucking Lifetime.
What?
Jesus.
Where were they?
I don't know where the fuck they were, but I'm like, how the fuck do you record a scene and you get two bitches sitting on them dirty ass chairs in the middle of COVID, them orange ass chairs, and all that blackness on it was like fucking.
What about her laundry?
What? When he showed that room?
Oh, wow. Jesus.
I couldn't believe that.
That's not a good look.
That's not a good look at all.
But here's the thing.
In the first year.
All I'm gonna say with regards to Brett and Ryan is we already know, everybody know that Ryan ain't into Brett. Period. End of story. Doesn't matter if her laundry area or her room area was disgusting with shit strewn all over the place.
Because that's what he said to his friend, remember?
He still wouldn't be into her. If she had that shit tidied up good and all her laundry clean, he still wouldn't be into her. He'd still be looking at her the same way. If she wasn't sitting in them dirty ass chairs with her girlfriend, he still wouldn't be into her. Ryan, and then when he came at her, she was sitting on, and she did not man up. She should have manned up and said, motherfucker, do you want to be with me or not? That would have been my response. Do you want to be with me or not? No, he came at her and was like, I just can't sleep. I just want to have a good night's sleep. I don't want to sleep on the couch anymore. I'd rather sleep in the room. Oh, she's like, oh, well, you can sleep in that. I'll sleep in my room and you can sleep in the other room. He's like, okay, that's great. And we'll figure it out. I'm like, nothing's going to come of this. You just don't like her. She's not your bitch. Keep it moving. Let's end this shit. And the fact she knew that because I was reading her face and she's waiting for him to say to her, I'm just not that into you. I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this. You're not my person. But he didn't say that. And she allowed him to go into another room, and she's going to her room. And I'm like, why are we doing this? Let's just end this shit.
So one of the things too is like when Ryan was speaking to his friend, who looks like the type of women that he likes, you know,
No, that's his sister. It wasn't his friend, it was his sister.
No, they live together, right?
That's his sister, and they live together. Yes.
Oh, okay. So, but still, so she was saying about the mess. If the woman was blonde, petite, and all this, you would be okay with it. And he laughed and said, "Well, yeah, of course I would, you know, because at least I know he has a banging body or something."
Nope. His sister said to him, if she was a Victoria's Secret model, if she was a Victoria's Secret model washing your dishes with her bomb ass body and her bomb ass face and everything, you'd be okay with that. And he's like, yeah, I could.
But they were specifically talking about the mess, and he didn't care. He was basically saying he didn't care about the mess if she was like this bomb
Victoria's Secret model.
Right. That's what I was saying. So my thing is like you said, Brett sat down with him. She knew what was coming. And I feel like you trying to wait until he says it, it just makes you look foolish, and you're not caring for yourself. No. Because you should want more for yourself, because he's clearly told you several different ways, by his actions, by his response, he doesn't want you.
He doesn't want you. And I've said this time and time again. Ryan has a type. He wants his little blonde-haired, blue-eyed, you know, very petite women, and he's going to move heaven and earth for her.
Yeah.
Brett is not that bitch.
So what are we giving them?
And I'm giving them. I'm sticking to my guns. What did I say? 0. Yep. I'm gonna stick to my 0, and I'm gonna stick to they ain't gonna make it to the decision day.
What do you? I'm giving it 15 just because she wants it so badly.
15. You was at 20 last week. I'm gonna stay at 20. And I do think I'm disappointed in her. I mean, she just it's disappointing to see women kind of like beg somebody to be with them. And that's what I feel like she came off with him. Is like almost, I won't say anything because he's not going to say anything. And in the meantime, I'm going to do everything I can to make him want me. Let it go.
But in her defense, you have to look at her in her defense. Does she want to take that role of that bitch? Because
how she could be a bitch if you say you don't. I don't.
This is the narrative that we have been dealt with in our lives as women, as opposed to black women, white women, whatever. Does she want that narrative? If she went ham on him,
she doesn't have to go ham on him.
Do you want me or what? Do you want to
go ham on him? I wouldn't go ham on him.
Let me know because I'm out. Because that would be my response to him. No. I'd be like, do you want to be with me or not? Am I attractive to you or not? Because if not, we got to part ways.
I don't feel like that's going ham, because I wouldn't go ham. I would respectfully, like an adult, say to him, yeah, I'm not feeling that you want me, you know, and I feel that I have tried to make you want me, but there's no more I can do without, you know, disrespecting myself.
But I would rather do that. I would rather do that than sit there as she is with her friends and whoever, and she's sitting there like, I just don't understand. No,
well, they have to do that for that's the show.
Yeah,
too. They have to kind of do it for the show and have some sort of hope or something, because they're so boring as it is.
Yeah.
And you can obviously see he does not like her, want her.
Does not like her at all.
She wants to be wanted, but she doesn't really like him either. That was doing.
You don't think she likes him?
No, I think she loves him.
I don't think she loves him, but I think she really likes him.
I think she likes him and really, and I think she loves him. I think she looks at him. Listen to me. Though, listen, she loves him. The reason why I say I think she loves him is because she made all those goddamn cards.
That's part of the show.
This is what I think. This is everything I like about you.
Yeah,
and I don't think that equates to love.
A scavenger hunt for her, and you know damn well he was not trying to put that scavenger up. You know what I mean? So that's just the exercise of the show.
That necessarily, because I can make up a bunch of cards of why I love you, why I love Chris or somebody else. I mean, and the things that she said were basic. They were very basic. They weren't that deep.
I like how you.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter how deep it is. It's just like, why would you do that?
Because
I mean, if I sign up for this,
her marriage,
I'm going 100% in.
Yeah, if the dude is not into you, being 100% in, nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
No. But if I had that a task assigned to me, then I'm going to do it. But I don't know if I'd be able to produce all of them, you know, shit that she produced for him in them cards.
The things that she said, I don't see like any different than going into a relationship, the things that you find. My thing is like, it's only been a month, and after struggling to get somebody to look at you the way you want a man who's interested in you to look at you, then I would take some kind of reins and be like, because at the end of the day, you are just really just deflating your own balloon.
Yeah,
you don't even need his help anymore. So how much how much air do you want to lose in your own self-esteem?
Right.
So
yeah, we're done here with her. I again, I'm sticking to my 0, and then
I'm gonna go with 20. I really think that they'll make it to the couch, but it's just gonna be week after week after week of them just sighing and looking sad and being boring.
Mm-hmm. Boring as fuck.
So Rachel and Jose.
Rachel and Jose. I do not like Jose.
I don't either. Jose is just a thorn in my side, and I don't like him.
But they're back in love again.
I don't, and I'm so disappointed. That was. I don't know what to say.
Do you really think they're in love though? I don't. I think that they are in love with the idea of being in love.
I think so.
Because because here's the thing. We all love the idea. Listen, we've all been in love in our lives, whatever. But I think these two are in love with the idea of being in love because, first of all, he wouldn't snap as quick as he did. If he was in love with her, he wouldn't have snapped and locked her ass out like he did last week. I digress. But now we're in this episode, and she's literally going in on him at the wine tasting, talking about you don't want to encounter Summer, Rachel, because she's a teacher and she's off in the summers. And she's like, I don't like to be bored. Bitch, I'm watching the episode and I'm like, bitch, you're a teacher and you've been off in the summer all this time without a husband. So why all of a sudden now you're going to have an attitude because you got a husband now? And you're going to be mad at him. And now you're going to put that on him.
Because he wants to travel on her vacation time to the hills of Texas.
That was crazy.
So what's wrong with that?
She wants to go to Europe.
So what? They can do both.
But that's not what
he doesn't want to go anywhere. He don't want to do anything or go anywhere. She's trying to travel the world. And her time off, her 2 months off, when she ain't got no kids to deal with, when she got a little extra money, she's trying to travel to Europe or Scandinavia or wherever else she is. She don't want to drive to fucking Texas.
Here's the thing. He has not saying a real job, not saying that teaching is not a real job, but he's got a career that he can't just take the summer off.
The
majority of us can't take the summer off. No, just because my spouse is off for the summer doesn't mean I can take the summer.
She's not saying that. He's not saying that. Right. We're saying, plan a vacation maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks somewhere else. That's it. But I agree with you with her whole stance. Like I, you don't want to deal with me when I'm when I'm on summer break.
I thought that was much.
I thought that was immature.
Right.
But
she was joking though too. She was kind of tongue in cheek.
I don't think she was. I don't think she was.
I hope she was tongue in cheek. I hope she was, because I didn't
her face was 100.
I didn't hear it the same way. But one thing I will say, like with him, like when she's talking about these trips and they're talking about vacation, I'm like 100% on her side. And when he was saying like, talking about all the places that they can go to in Texas, you have long weekends. You have weekends to go and do all of that. Keep traveling Texas, to a bare minimum, but for a big vacation, save that time and go someplace. He doesn't want to budge and leave Texas.
He doesn't want to budge on anything that he doesn't like.
No,
yeah, that's
you're right.
That's what it comes down to. Travel, finances, anything else. If it doesn't fit in what he wants, he is not willing to break through or compromise or anything. It's his lane or that's it.
Yep. And that's why he was so like when she said you don't want bored summer Rachel, because you can't say nothing to me or else I'm gonna have an attitude and I'm gonna go in. And he was like, oh, okay. That isn't gonna work. I don't see them. I think that for the cameras, they're good. But once this shit's over, their shit's done. I don't even give them 30 days. I'll give them 95% to say I do at the decision day. But then after that, 30 days after that, they're done. When the cameras are gone and they got to deal with each other, they're gone. They're done. If he doesn't,
I'm really interested to see how she behaves going forward, because I felt too like when she was saying, you don't like bored Rachel and all that, it was almost like she was testing him, pushing him. Like I saw how you reacted. So let me give you another side. And who's to say she even acts that way? But I read it as her testing him more than anything, or heard it as her testing him. So I would be interested to see how she behaves going forward. Because I feel like how she's talking to him is different.
Yeah.
Since that happened. And it's just 1 week or 2 weeks. But I feel like how she's talking to him is different. It's a little bit more direct and it's a little bit more curt as well. I still feel like she's harboring some hurt over how he behaved. Because it wasn't just him locking it out. It was really how disrespectful his tone was and his words were. And you don't get over that easily.
No, I agree with you on that one. I think she is testing him, and that's why she's going there and talking all that shit. But again, like I said, I don't think that once the cameras is done rolling after decision day, I don't give them motherfuckers 30 days. They're done. He ain't putting up with her ass.
So just getting to the couch, what are you giving them?
What did I say last week?
Last week,
I think I gave them a 0 too.
No, you gave them a 30.
I'll stick with my.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Rachel and Jose, you gave a 50. I gave a 30, and Chris gave a 70.
I'm going to give them a 30. Well, no, you know what? No, leave my shit the way it is. Leave my shit the way it is. That was last week, because I think that they're going to stay married, but after the cameras are rolling, when the cameras are done, shit's gonna hit the fan, and they ain't gonna last that shit for 30 days. If that.
Right. What about you, Chris?
81.
81.
The reason why I say that is because I think hidden in Rachel after that incident, I think he respects her a little bit more.
I don't think so.
I think he when I say respects her, I think he recognizes that she's standing up for herself.
No.
And just that type of respect of like, oh, I can't just say whatever the fuck I want, she's gonna roll over. she's gonna be like, now she's got a little bit more like, you don't talk to me that way, don't do this, I want an apology, all that kind of stuff. At least gave him a little, for me, what I see, he goes, oh, okay, I see you have a little, I give you a little bit more of a respect that you're a woman of your word, or you going, you can take care of yourself a little bit more, that I'm not gonna be able to railroad all over you and do whatever the fuck I want. Because she stepped up a little bit now. She was like, I can't believe you said that, and totally folded when he said get out. Oh my God, why do you want to be like that kind of thing? It'd have been over. But I think he's gotten this much more respect for her that she's been like, I don't like that motherfucker. You did this. I want an apology. And now we can get back together. But don't do that shit. I think he's given her this much more, a modicum of respect more. So that's why I think they both want it. They both seem to be kissing and hugging and still, I don't get it, but they still seem to be. So I can say 81. I think they're gonna say yes. I think it's gonna be 81.
So when you say this much, yes, I legit give them this much, because of course he's like, okay, she voiced her opinion, right? She ain't taking my shit, right? And I'm gonna let her fall on her sword, right? But and listen to me, I'm telling you, he's going to fall on his sword, and he's gonna let her say what she wants to say while them cameras is rolling. And I guarantee you, when they agree, I agree that they are going to stay married. Unless some shit pops off, I'm going to say they're going to be married at decision day.
81.
But after decision day, when them cameras is gone,
let's not even keep going. Like
we don't know what's going to happen next week. So
I know. I'm just getting
2 weeks ago, after that whole debacle, we were like 20. Like they had no way after he treated her, and now they're all yo-yoing back. They both really want to be fucking married.
Yeah. After the big fight, we all gave them 10. Yeah. And then last week it jumped to 50 for Tanya, 70 for you, and 30. I'm gonna stick at 30 because I honestly get your point, huh?
You don't think they're gonna say yes?
I'm going into why I'm still saying 30, basically the same as last week, because I'm going to keep watching Rachel. I think Rachel's subconscious, it does not like him anymore. And I think she's trying to work with that. Like I said, the whole testing, if she was testing him or whatever, I feel like the blow up that's going to come is not going to come from him. It's going to be something minor for her that will make, because she has not gotten over the way he spoke to her. And I think that's gnawing at her. And I want to see in the next couple of weeks if we see some more change in her, because I have seen the change in her voice and tone with him. And I don't think that holds out well for him. I think it's going to be Rachel that really kind of really comes back and cusses his ass out. Which
it needs to be like that to fucking get him out of his fucking lane of I'm not gonna. She has to be that way.
She does.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying, but I believe like she has convinced her conscious self, we can work on this. We can fall back in love.
You don't think they're going to say yes?
I don't think she will. I'm giving her that 30% because I really think at the end of it, she's like I said, it's her subconscious. She can say all these things that she wants, but I feel like if we keep watching her, there's going to be little bits of anger coming out at her, from her to him, because she hasn't gotten over.
But she's still very lovey-dovey with him now. I think we could be a little more of a cold shoulder to him, or warming up then, but she seems to be all back in it.
I don't know.
I agree with you, Chris, on that one.
I don't know. I'll see. I'm gonna still give her a 30. My 30 is basically hope that she tells him to go the fuck on.
Yeah.
Because like I said, that was my problem with the women this week, is I don't feel like they're looking at things through clear lenses, but through these rose-colored lenses.
Yeah.
Wanting things to work,
Agreed.
wanting things to be better when you're constantly fighting. So let's go to Michaela and Zach and save the best for last.
Michaela and
Zach. Lord Jesus.
That's
Michaela and Zach, let's end this
it's
shit
really interesting though. It's
Yeah,
really
it is.
interesting because she's like, I love that motherfucker.
She really said that.
And
several times.
She said growth, and she has calmed her ass down a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think he's still not in it. I think he's tolerating, they're having fun, this, that, and the other, but he's gonna say no. He's gonna say no.
You think he's gonna say no?
Oh yeah, he's gonna say no. He's gonna say
gave
no.
him a 25
Again, I don't think that they're gonna make it to the decision day.
Yeah, you gave them a 0. I gave them a 30.
I'm still gonna stick with a 0. And the only reason why I say this is because we all know, everybody, all of us that watch Married at First Sight, we got caught up in them fucking previews and we know what's coming. So all I'm saying is I'm gonna stick to my 0 and that shit won't happen.
But
40.
that was a teaser. Okay, all right. So that was a teaser. So I'm not exactly sure because I thought it would have happened by now. But then and there was also a teaser too with Brian and Rhett. Brian and Brett. I said Rhett. Ryan and Brett, where she says to him, "My friend saw you on a dating site."
Oh, that's coming up.
That's coming up.
But here's the thing. That's coming up. That's an upcoming issue, an upcoming episode. But the thing with Zach and Michaela was, you know how every season the couples do a go away trip where they all get together and they spend a weekend at some house or whatever the fuck, Airbnb, whatever the fuck they're doing. And here's the thing. That's when I think that Michaela shit's about to explode. I'm going to sit here and say that I'm still going to give Michaela and Zach a 0. And I don't think they're going to make it to the fucking decision day.
But you know what?
I'm going to continue to say that.
Who got in that car? We don't know who got in that car.
I don't care who got in that car. I'm just saying. I'm just giving them a 0.
With that big blowout. Because we're all waiting for that. And somebody got in the car.
I've tried to not think.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So I'm still going to stick with a 30. I'm
sticking with my 0.
I'm not sure about the growth with her because I feel like she heard him and she realized that, she does know that there are things about her that she needs to like quiet it down. So it could actually be growth for her when she was talking to her sister, or if she's just trying to calm down the crazy because she just
I think that's part of it, but the fact that when she glows when she talks about him.
Oh, she definitely adores him.
She's definitely in love with him. So just that alone, if Zach can, I think he's already decided he's not going to do it. I think he's already, but he's just playing along, and they're getting along well, and he likes her as a person, this and the other. Yep. But he don't want to be married to her.
No, nope.
But she wants to be married to him. But because
I don't even know about all that.
She is this far away from being crazy.
Yeah.
even if she holds it down under here, it's bubbling like this because it's gonna rope at, it can't be that she's so that far off with early on that there's no way that's not gonna bubble back. Someplace, sometime, something's gonna happen sideways where he's gonna be like, what the fuck? Right. I can't believe you looked at her. Whatever it's going to be, there's going to be another crazy episode come out, and she's going to be like, okay. It'll be maybe less of severe, but she's still going to be just. She can't tamp down that craziness. She can't do it.
Yeah. That's why I'm still giving them a 0, as they're not going to give them
Chris
40.
40. All right, I'm at 30
because she really wants it, and if she can calm down the crazy. Yeah, and they're having fun. They're having fun. They're talking. They seem to be getting along. I wonder if they're fucking. They could be fucking.
Oh, I'm sure they're fucking.
So,
I'm pretty sure they're fucking.
And I really feel bad for her too to a point, because you do see how she lights up around him. She and even in her crazy, she still would say stuff like, he is a great person. So I think she was like looking at him and saying, it's me that needs to change, because he's already like, he's already not perfect, but he's damn near perfect for me. And if I want to keep this person, then I need to do X, Y, and Z. She will be devastated if he says no.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Well, I don't know. Devastated. Yeah, I think she'll be devastated.
I think she'll be devastated, because I feel like in her head, she'll be like, I did so much. I tried so hard. And
I don't know. I don't know. Who's to say, why are we putting this on him? Who's to say she might be like, no, I don't want to be sticking.
I don't.
She loves him. He said to her sister, I love him.
So what?
So what?
It's not even that she says it. You can see it.
Yeah, she
has so strong emotions.
Smiling, and they had so much fun. And she's like, I think to her, she's like, I think I'm getting him back. I think I'm getting him back. I think I'm getting him back. And he's like, oh, no, we're cool. We're having fun. It's done great and everything. And you're my wife. Yeah, and it's all great. But I don't want to be with you. It's like when he was talking to Ryan and working out. He's like, yeah, I understand how that is. And, you got to just tell her so-and-so. He's totally resigned to the fact that he's going to say no. He's just writing it out as friends. And she's going to be like, and they're going to ask her first. And she's going to be like, I want to stay together. And he's going to be like, sorry, boo. Sorry, boo.
Yeah, I do believe they will ask her first.
Of course, they better ask.
Yeah.
I will agree with you guys. I don't know. I don't think that's going to work. I'm giving them a 0, not making it. I'm giving them, sticking with my 0, not making it
40.
All right. So Johnny and Bob.
Oh, let's just do it. Let me get my Vanessa Williams voice. So we saved the best for last, motherfucker.
Can I say one thing before you all get on your roll?
Go, Sheeta.
Remember, I kept saying, I just don't feel them. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tanya. Chris, go ahead. Because that was your it.
Oh, I was letting Chris. I was giving Chris the floor.
First of all,
okay.
It's all coming down to the same thing once again. Johnny needs to get out of his own fucking way, and he doesn't. He's freaking out because he doesn't. His action has always been, if it's not working, I'm gone. If it's not working, I'm gone. If it's not working, I'm gone. But even his family is like, we know, motherfucker, how you are. We want you to get married. He's like, yeah, but you're, first of all, fucked up not inviting her to the family.
It was fucked up.
That was so fucked up.
Johnny's been fucked. That's some fucked up shit he did. And I don't blame Bob for being upset, but I gotta give it to fucking Bob. She's fucking hanging in there like a goddamn pit bull.
What?
She's hanging. When I say hanging in there, she's working hard to be in there and say, motherfucker, I'm not failing on my part. Even though I don't want to be here, even though I said no to my last, she even said it. She's like, I'm working at this because she knows there is no other motherfucker in the world but Johnny that'd be right for her. And he knows it inherently, but he can't wrap his head around the idea. Just like what Pastor Cal said. He's like, stop that shit. He was so mean to her. Right?
Oh, it was hurtful.
Motherfucker. Horrible. When he said to her, let
Chris finish. Let Chris finish.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. No, you go, Tanya. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish.
No, he was so. I was like, oh, Johnny, man, that's fucked up, Johnny. And she's really trying hard. He's like, why are you lying? I think he's so in his head. I still think they're gonna make it though. I still think they're gonna make it because he has to reconcile with himself. He's in a marriage, and that I'm telling you, it's the hardest thing in the world for him because he's so used to running he's gonna stay in it. It's gonna be okay. Because there's no one else that's gonna be perfect for him. No one's gonna be perfect for him. So the most perfect person who's as perfect as can be is Bao. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tanya.
Okay, so I agree with you on that one. That I think they're gonna make it, but again, like I said last week, it's because of their culture.
Yes.
And their background. That's going to make them work for this.
Yes.
But I will say this. When Johnny said that sideways shit to Pastor Cal, and was like, listen, Bao gets all the credit here for me. I was bowing down to Bao. I was bowing down to bow. Because when that motherfucker parted his mouth and said to Pastor Cal, I would have taken anybody over her. He was so ignorant and so disrespectful, and she sat there. I was pissed that she sat there and took that shit. Because I looked at that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about my culture. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about nothing. You say that simple shit about me when I'm trying to do all this and be there for you. And Bao is changing her ways for him. That is what most upset me the most, because he was like, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing this. And I'm like, motherfucker, what the fuck else does she need to do? Because she's already proven the lies of she meal preps and she does all this shit. You've acknowledged it. So now we've got clarification on that. Now because she's not fucking flirting with you or giving you the affection that you want, and you go sideways on her on that one. Nah, nigga, I was done. I'm out. I'm done with Johnny. I'm done with Johnny.
Johnny, a lot of people felt that they would
listen to me. Outside of their culture, the only reason why I'm thinking they're gonna make it is because of their culture. Because for me, I'm done with Johnny. Johnny is Myrla to me right now. I got no words for Johnny. Johnny is a fucking scumbag, fucking shit bomb. I don't want to fucking talk to him.
Go ahead,
He's got issues. Johnny needs to go see a therapist and deal with his internal issues before he entertains a wife. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Johnny should not be married right now.
Right. So I agree with both of you on that. I thought I think when he was saying those things in front of Pastor Cal, he really did want to hurt her. And so we uncovered that he really kind of embellished that lie. So he went stomping out the restaurant and was like, she's fucking lying. And she really wasn't fucking lying. And she was doing those things. He could not say she wasn't doing those things.
She called him on it too, right?
And Pastor Cal called him on it and made him say, no, she actually does it. He made him actually voice the words. Mm-hmm. So then at the barbecue, when he really was I just don't like her. You know, as the more I get to know her, the more I don't like her. So disrespectful to their marriage. And I know you guys say that their culture will keep them together. I don't think it's the culture that will keep them together, because both of them come from broken homes. Both parents were divorced. So it's not like, you know, their culture is like you stay in a marriage and make it work. It's just them, I feel like, or at least Bao, getting to that age where this is what she really wants. She wants a marriage, a companionship, and friendship. So when he was saying those things at the barbecue, especially to his, was it his aunt or his mother?
His auntie.
Lady.
It was and you know, she was kind of like giving it back to him. It really was it didn't even seem like he was registering what she was saying, because then he came in and sat on that couch. And I think Johnny is manipulative, because like he did at at the restaurant, that whole stomping out, and then that whole basic crying scene. Basically, she's just a liar. Why would she do that? The whole opening the door, it was so theatrical.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I was thinking about as I'm watching his behavior be so opposite of what he has been trying to project. I mean, we have bits and pieces. Is this scripted for drama?
Yeah.
Because it was a drastic change in him. I mean, and because we were all like, what's going to happen next week? And I thought that we might see what happened in the car or something, but they didn't show what the conversation was in the car. But everybody knew that they were the it couple. Everybody was rooting for them. And then he just came out and just flipped the whole script. So how much of this is real? And I don't want to think that way, but it's like you did so much of the opposite of what you had been the last few weeks. So I'm kind of concerned about that part, about if it's scripted, but he didn't do himself any favors on the character level, because he showed that he's the liar.
And on top of the fact that he was with his family, and I think he thought that he was going to talk to his family
the way he did.
Yeah, that he was going to talk to his family and they were going to be on Team Johnny. And between his uncle, his cousin, whoever the fuck was sitting at the table, his younger cousin, his older uncle, his auntie, and they were like, yeah, well, guess what?
You're not going to get along all the time.
We don't get along all the time. Right, Chris? This is marriage. You're going to go through your ups and your downs. Like, nobody's perfect.
Right.
And they probably know
him. And they kept saying to him, we just want you to be happy. Like, the perfect person. Listen, at the end of the day, everybody wants the perfect person. But like Pastor Cal said, and his family said, the perfect person does not exist. So you got to pick and choose your battles. And like Pastor Cal said to him, bury that bitch, that perfect bitch that you had in your brain, put her to bed. Because she doesn't exist. And that is the truth. And I don't get it. Johnny is not perfect. I don't like men like Johnny that are like, oh, I need my wife, the woman that I want to marry, she's got to have check. No.
But the thing that bothers me,
you ain't bringing all them checks to the table. Like, you can ask, you can demand that. But if you ain't bringing all them checks to the table, fuck you, motherfucker. Get the fuck on.
So that was gonna be my next point. Is the thing I really dislike about Johnny is you want to be loved a certain way. Love the way you want to be loved. So if you want her to be a certain way, how come you are not doing that for her? It's that whole thing. It's horrible how selfish he's really turned out.
He has to get out of his own way. That's
is it just getting out of his own way, or are these like serious character flaws?
Well, I think it's in his head, and if he can get out of his fucking head, look, you're fucking married, work at being married. Even if you're gonna have it's not perfect, it's not going to be perfect. She's not perfect, she's not going to be perfect. It's good enough, as good as you're gonna get, motherfucker. So calm your skinny ass back, fucking head down, and fucking get out of your own goddamn way.
Yep.
Woman fucking loves you. She's working for you. She's doing things. She prepped all those goddamn meals. What the fuck has Johnny done?
That's
Johnny,
a whole day worth of work.
What have you fucking done? I haven't seen him do shit.
Nothing. All I've seen that was complain.
For her, he hasn't done shit. And when she's like, I gotta seduce my fucking husband. Oh my, well, I guess I gotta do that now. She's
and
like,
I'm glad that you said that, because here's the thing. Listen, there comes a point she shouldn't have to change who she is for him, or no man for that matter.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't.
It's the compromise. Yes, she does.
No,
she has to compromise. Yes, she does. Everyone in a marriage has to compromise.
There's a difference between compromising and changing yourself. I am who I am. I will compromise, but I will not change I am who I am. If you love me, we're going to make this shit work regardless. I will compromise with you, but I will not change who I am for anybody. Period. End of story. Not going to happen.
Johnny's not changing anything.
That's
for
why
anybody.
I'm by myself.
Johnny's not changing anything for anybody. Johnny's not changing anything for him. He just wants what he wants.
Yeah, Johnny's not changing, but why does Johnny want her? Johnny is like literally berating her to the point where she feels like she needs to change herself. So fuck you, bitch. I'm not changing. If you're not budging and trying to fix your shit, then I'm not changing myself for you. Period. End of story. I will change. I will try to fix myself. I will try to compromise if for a man that is willing to compromise and fix himself for me.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to work with me and all you're doing is telling me how bad I am and how awful I am as a wife, as a spouse, and as this, go on, get the gun, nigga. Go on, shit. I give a fuck. Go find somebody better than me, because you ain't going to. You'll find some next bitch that's going to maybe fucking lay you down, suck your dick. Oh, now I'm getting my feelings right now. So I'm going to stop right now. But you ain't going to find another man.
So one of the things I think she said last week, too, and it was disturbing, and I thought about it as, you know, we found out how much of a liar he is and how selfish he is. But she was saying, like, how she was having some work issues. And you know, she really wanted him to like kind of embrace her, you know? And that's my thing with him. You say that you want a woman who's always who can read your mind all the time and give you what you need, but you don't bring any of that kind of affection to the table. And if like if you want that affection from her, I mean, it will naturally come if you show her how you like it. Show her, not tell her, not tell her, live it, live that what you want. And she will probably, more than most women, will naturally reciprocate the same way.
All day.
So like when he was talking about last week, how he wanted her to seduce him throughout the whole day leading up to the sex. Why can't you seduce her throughout the whole day? Because obviously she's never had like a little phone sex at work, where somebody's calling her and telling, I can't wait till tonight and whatever. Do that for her. And then I bet you maybe a couple of weeks from now, she'll do the same exact thing because she is learning you by you teaching her by doing.
I'd be really, really interested to see how he would react if Bao got some fucking balls and was like, you know what, motherfucker? Fuck you. Take your shit, do whatever, and had some balls like, look, I'm doing the best that I can. I've been doing all this stuff. I want her to be to him the way he was talk about her. Like, motherfucker, you don't do shit. What have you done and not be on the defensive like, yeah, but I've been doing this. But yes, but what about this? I feel like defense. If she came at him like this, look, motherfucker, don't be with me then. Don't work at this fucking marriage then. I'm working, you're not. Let me know when you're ready.
She was ready to show up for the barbecue.
She's not going to do that.
Right. She was all prepared. She's doing a lot of work.
But I want her, I'd like for her to say to him, motherfucker, yeah. I'm doing all. What
she won't do that.
What are you doing? Not like,
do that.
Yeah, but you know, she's like this. I want her to get her Excel spreadsheet off and be like, yo, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing this, and you ain't. If
she didn't do that shit, if she didn't do that shit the other night when he fucking disrespected her and she was sitting on the couch right next to him, caressing his arm with Pastor Cal, and he was straight up legit going in on her.
But there's a point. I want her to break. I want her to break to the point of like, I've been trying. And if he keeps acting like this, at one point, I want her to be like, you know what, motherfucker? Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's what I would have done. That's what she should have done the other night when he was going in on her. She should have fucking did one of these things and been like, really, motherfucker? Okay, I'm done. I'm out. Fuck you and fuck Pastor Cal.
I think that I agree with you. I think she's getting to that point though, because when she turned around and started crying, because she's been very strong. And I don't think a lot of women could have sat there and listened to the things that he was saying.
I think her feelings.
Let her finish her point.
Right. So I think that, you know, when she broke down and those tears finally came, I think that part of what you're saying, that wall is going to start breaking, because she has been so strong for weeks. Because remember, he's been verbally kind of like mean to her a couple of times. And I said that was one of the things that your subconscious doesn't get over things quickly. And I think going forward, I will be watching her like I'm watching Rachel to see if she gets to that point, because I can see that actually happening, especially after, I mean, the way she turned her back, she's like me. I turn my back so you can't see the tears coming. And then, you know, then I get myself together. But I remember this bitch made me fucking cry. He hurt me deeply. And that will stay in your subconscious. I could see her coming back in a couple of weeks and being like, look, you tell me what you've done, bitch. I can see that.
Right. And I think that'll get him out of his own fucking head, whether he wants to or not, because no motherfucker is gonna do the shit that he wants. There's gonna be no one in the fucking world, Johnny, that's fucking perfect. So I want her to grow some fucking balls.
I want more for her than him. I want more for her than him.
Yes. I agree.
I agree with you too. I want more for her than him, but I don't see that shit happening. I feel she's going to play her position and play that submissive ass role, and she's going to go down to the wire and come to decision day, and he's going to crush her fucking whole world.
He's in total control.
Yeah.
He's in total control of everything.
He's going to
they do, how they react, how they feel.
World. She is going to do the most to make him happy and make sure that they're together. And I guarantee you, when it comes to decision day, he's going to be the one to be like, she'll be like, I want to make this work. And he's going to be like, I'm out. That's just my thought.
He has totally been in control the whole time.
The whole time.
And she has got to take control back. Mm-hmm. She needs to be like, motherfucker, this is what you need to do. What about you? What about you? What about you over here? Well, we're not talking about me. We're talking, no, motherfucker. We're talking about you, Johnny. That's what she needs to do. That's what she needs to do. And I think she's getting to that. Hold on. I think she's getting to that point. I don't think so. Let me finish. I think she's getting to the point where she's getting a little tired. When she rolled her eyes about, well, I got to seduce my husband now. I've never done that before. And she can see little inklings of her being like, okay, I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. I'm trying. And now you're breaking me. I'm trying. It's got to be a point where she's like, you know what, motherfucker? I'm done. Either you're going to fucking do some shit or not. We'll see. We'll see how it works.
I hope that she does that, Chris. I hope that she does that. But personally,
you don't see
I think she's going to be like, I just have to get myself together. I got to seduce my husband. I got to flirt with my husband. I've got to court my husband. I got to cook for my husband. I got to do this for my husband. She is changing her whole being for this motherfucker.
She's rolling her eyes when she's saying it.
So what? I've been there, done that.
Let me finish. She's rolling her eyes to accommodate him. Not doing it out of, oh, I want to be. She's doing it like, okay, now what do I have to do? I'm working at this. I'm working. There's going to be a point when that working is going to be like, you know what? I'm done working right now. What are you going to work on? And I think
I feel like you could see her getting fed up. But one of the things too that was also very telling was when that she's getting fed up. Guess who didn't stay at home last night? When she said that, she was angry about him not staying there, but she said, "You know what? I'm going to get myself together for this barbecue." And then when he called, and then when she said he called and said he didn't want her to, she was furious.
But she still did the meal preps and did all that bullshit that she was supposed to do. Fuck a meal prep. I have been doing I'd threw all that shit out I'd threw that shit over the balcony of that fucking high rise, and I'd have been like, fuck you and your fucking bolognese meal preps. Fuck you, bitch.
But you also called Pastor Cal too to help work. I mean, so she's proactive in everything, you know, because she set that up.
And she said, "What do you think I'm fucking doing? I got my administrator and so, and I'm doing this fucking meal prep." I think it's getting to that point. She's getting to that point of like, okay, motherfucker, I'm bending like a motherfucker. I bent over backwards. I'm gonna break soon, and I'm gonna smack you, little fucking Johnny ass.
Because she's not a pushover.
I get it, and I hope that Chris, from your mouth to God's ears, I hope that her ass goes to the left on his ass. But the realist in me is thinking, no, she's gonna complain. She's going to get in her confessionals on Lifetime and tell all of us that, hey, I just don't like it. Like, I cannot believe that he did not want me to come to his family's barbecue. Now I'm at home.
Her tone is totally different than that.
Yeah,
you're making her tone sound.
I mean, I'm talking for myself, but I'm just saying. I'm just talking for myself, but I'm just saying that I get where she's coming from, but I can honestly say, if I was a betting bitch, I'm gonna say,
I think she's stronger than you think.
Up until she's gonna comply.
I think she's stronger than you think. She's stronger than you think.
I hope she is.
And I think she's stronger than you think. She's reaching that edge of like, I'm trying to compromise this marriage. I am at some point, I'm gonna be like, what are you fucking doing for me? If you ain't
I hope she does that. I hope she does that. I don't want anybody that's watching us to think that I'm just downtrodden her. I hope that she does that. But I'm going to say, I don't think she is. I think she's going to complain and whine, piss and moan, and then she's going to change herself.
She does not whine and piss and moan.
Hey, let me finish. She's going to continue to change herself and how she is with Johnny. And then when it gets to decision day, I hope that she has the balls to not let him say, I don't want to be married to you anymore. I hope she colds his ass in his fucking nutsack and says, yeah, I don't want to be with you anymore.
It's going to be before that. It's going to be that before that.
It has to be.
I don't think so.
And I don't think she's complaining. I think she's just trying to like figure the fuck out what the fuck she can do. I think I still give them an 80.
What? Oh, you gave them an 82 last week.
What did I give them?
95.
I'm going to stick with that.
I gave them a 70.
I'm going to give them a 95 because I have a feeling that just based off of their culture alone, they're going to stay together.
And they're going to try to make it work. I really don't think it's a culture. Why do you keep saying, both of you. Oh, I thought you were saying it too, that it was a culture.
No, I was saying, when I say cultural, I mean that these are the two motherfuckers that meant she's made for him in terms of, where they come from, that kind of that cultural thing. Not like traditional, like we're going to stay together regardless of the other. I think there's no other motherfucker that's made for him.
Culture? What do you mean when you say culture is a cultural thing, Tanya?
I say because of their culture. Because, their culture. They're both Vietnamese? And I'm
what does that have to do with them staying together?
Because they went through, listen, when I tell you that marriage was one of the best weddings I've ever witnessed in my life in real life and on TV. And I just think that there's a whole different, because of the culture, it's the pride thing where they got to make this shit work.
No, that's not true. Look at both of their families. Both parents are divorced.
I get that, but I'm just saying, I just have this feeling that they want to break that chain and they want to break that cycle. And it's a culture thing. That's just me. That's my personal belief. I just feel like
I just was interested how you got to that point. Because I haven't heard them say anything, and especially it's very easy to get a divorce in those Asian
Well,
cultures.
Of course it is.
And they get a lot, and their divorce rate is high, just like here.
Yeah. don't know. I just think I don't know. I just think the
I don't
culture.
think that they're staying together for culture.
Right.
I think they're staying together because, especially with Bao, that she wants to be married. You know, I mean, because I feel like if she had been hooked up with a white man, you know, which they could have easily done, you know, as long as he respected her culture, because she did want somebody that respected her culture and her traditions, that it could have worked either way. And I don't think that would have made a play. It's the person who she's paired with, how he treats her. You know what I mean? I think they both just want to be married. And honestly, I'm wondering if he has a type, huh?
Johnny doesn't want to be married.
No,
he's not
he
acting
does
like
not.
he wants to be married. He's just so scared shitless. He don't want to. No, he don't know.
Is he really scared shitless, or he just doesn't want to be married? He doesn't want to be
her.
He's shitless that he has to work. He don't want to marry anybody. He wants to be married to the perfect person, and there is no perfect fucking person.
No, there is no perfect person.
And if something is off, he stops dating them. Mm-hmm. In a marriage, you have to deal with what you have in front of you. That's it. Mm-hmm. This is what you got to deal with. If you want her to have big tits, she got to buy big tits, but that's what you have to work with. Period. Mm-hmm. Period. So he's in his head. He's in his head like, I want the person. She's not the woman that I want. Man, Johnny, there ain't no other fucking woman that's going to deal with your ass, your fucking Vietnamese ass.
You damn right.
Can. So
you goddamn right, bro. You
get it together, Johnny. Get it together.
Johnny got to get out his own goddamn head, and that's what Pastor Cal gave the best advice to him on this episode. He's like, retire that bitch, put that bitch to bed,
kill her,
marry her, and move on.
But I think also too, it was in one ear and out the other. Like, you know, when they turned and they faced each other, I think that again, I find him manipulative. First of all, he didn't reach out to her when she was crying. That would have been the point, to reach out to her when she was crying. But then she turned and she faced him, and she gave, like, you know, the good face. She put on a smile. She laughed at, you know, Pastor Cal's, you know, little joke or whatever. And then he kind of reaffirmed for her. But I feel like that's just for show. Again, I don't think, and it makes me wonder again, like, the way he flipped this episode, it really was tantamount to how Jose did, even though he didn't go as vulgar and as crazy, but you still flipped. You know, you presented yourself one way, and you Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and he was so hurtful. It was
Yep.
I agree with you, Tanya. I don't agree that, you know, I don't agree that she is a weakling. I feel like she's very strong, and I feel like she really wants it, and I really admire her. I really like I said, from the very beginning, I said I liked her. I was really on the fence with him, and he's just proven it every single week. I really like Bao. I think she's probably like she's a good friend, and I think she would make a good wife and a great mother.
Yes.
The thing about it is that stuck out to me is when they're having the sip or dare, whatever, the truth or sip. And she's like, what would you want? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, what would you want? She's like, I want this to work. I want this, that, and the other. And I think he took that like, okay, I still have her. I can still say what the fuck I want, you know? But if she starts to say, you know what, motherfucker, now I don't know if I want to be married. Because he's so... I know she wants to be with me. I know she wants this marriage. Let me figure out what I want to do on my own. I know she's gonna be there. If she all of a sudden was, oh, where the fuck is Bao? You fucking Bao's like this. Oh, motherfucker, I'm over here. I'm done until you fucking start coming to me.
That's right.
Until you start coming to me,
I would love to see that.
But he's like, she's right here, and he's like, oh, I know this bitch is right here. So this is what I want. This one. But if he was like, where the fuck is Bao? Bao?
And Shahidah, I'm with you on that one. I would love for Bao to be like, nigga, curve. I'm out. I'm doing.
And I think she's getting to that point. She's getting to that point.
I don't know if she's gonna have the backbone to do it.
All right, what are we giving Tanya? You're still at 95.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my 95.
Chris?
I say 89. 89.
I don't know. Last week I said 70. I'm really conflicted. I don't know what I feel like I need to watch her a little bit more. Like
no, make your freaking announcement.
No, I am. I'm just conflicted. I think I'm going to I said 70 last week. I'm gonna go with 50.
Oh, you don't think that you think it's
you went down. No, you went down.
The reason why I'm going with 50 is because one, I think he, like you said, he doesn't want it. I don't think that he wants it. I don't think he has the maturity to even want it. I don't even think he's mature enough to want marriage because he's selfish. Right. So
the way that I evaluate the 100% is I take 50 and 50. I say 50 for her, both guaranteed, yes. For him, 31, which makes 81 for me. That's how I come about my 100%. Like so for Brett and Ryan, Ryan is a 0. She's at a
they're both at 0.
She's at a 15 or 20, and then you get the whole. You see what I'm saying? That's how I come across
how I'm coming across with mine is basically something similar, because I do think that she wants it and that she's working, but I'm giving him like a 10% that he even wants it, because I don't think he has the maturity level to even really want a real marriage. He wants a fairy tale, and similar to Zach, but almost worse than Zach because he's older and should know a little bit better.
What was the rumor of Zach and Bao? Did you hear a rumor about that?
What? Oh, I did hear that rumor about Zach and Bao was like fucking each other or in a relationship.
And somebody was like, look at their Instagram. And I don't think that you would see anything on their Instagram that would make you think that they were.
Yeah, I don't think that Lifetime would allow that.
That's too big of a drop for the season. And I don't think that. I don't even see them as a couple.
Oh, I didn't see them as a couple.
Her name is Bao Huang. Oh.
Bao Huang what?
She only has 3 posts.
On her Instagram?
Uh-huh.
Well, because they can't post shit while they're filming.
So I think that was just...
Or like not while they're filming, but while the shit's airing. But, I don't know. Maybe.
So back to why I'm giving them a 50 is basically because I think he's like maybe at 10% wanting it. I think that she does want it, which would be a higher number, but I think she's going to get fucking tired of doing all the work. Because really at this point, he's worse than a child or a dog.
Yeah, he is. And I want to kick his ass right in the dick. I'm just going to say that. I'll end this shit right now. But everybody on our Twitter feed, our Facebook pages, our IG. Am I the only one that wants to kick Johnny in the dick? I don't think so.
What were you saying, Chris? I think no, you're definitely not the only one.
They only have 7 he only has like three posts or whatever. Each one of them has not many posts. They're all private. So
of course they are.
Yes, I don't know where that rumor came.
They'll be public though after the decision day. Trust.
Okay, Instagram MAFS shared an Instagram story photo that might hint about Michaela and Zach's future. Photo came from Michaela's Instagram account, which is currently set to private. Account first verified that the couples were all married on the show in February, and Decision Day was filmed sometime in April. First unfiltered tape was in June. However, Michaela's photo was posted to her Instagram in May.
Oh.
And she posted that and says, but life is short and it's time to be free. Love who you love because it isn't guaranteed.
Okay, Michaela.
And the photo
already know that shit's about to blow up.
She's not wearing her wedding ring.
Look at here. We already know by the previews when the shit first started that shit's about to pop the fuck off. So we got to see what's coming.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's coming. So, all right. So we good on Johnny and Bao? Yep. That's it. I mean, we're all like, fucking Johnny, fuck Johnny, fuck Johnny.
Myrla's already selling her wedding dress online. She's selling for more than $6,000.
didn't you said that, or did I read
Oh,
that?
yeah, you said that before. Yeah,
a while ago, right?
And did
get that.
nobody buy it?
Oh, this is from August 27th.
I get that. Look, if she wants to sell a wedding dress, go on, bitch, sell your wedding dress. I don't give a shit. That doesn't mean your marriage is fucked. You know, you wore that shit one time. Why are you holding that shit? Sell it. If you want to sell it, sell it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm I don't know. I can't stand her. But all right, guys.
All right.
Is that a wrap? Is that a wrap?
You go have fun at the movies tonight. Pow, pow, pow.
Did you wait? One question. Did you finish Squid Game?
I certainly did.
Was
Did
it
you
good?
like the end?
No.
I'm only. You didn't like? Oh, really?
The end.
I'm
But
only
you know what? I
episodes.
will say one thing. I'm amazed that it is as blown up as it is, because everybody's acting like they've never seen anything like this before.
No, I didn't like the fact. First of all,
He hasn't seen it. He hasn't seen it.
Don't spoiler. I haven't seen
I'm not
it.
going to give you a spoiler. I'm not giving you a spoiler.
Okay.
All I'm saying is it could have just been a little bit more for me. But Chris, you know me. Shahidah, you know me. Y'all motherfuckers. Oh shit, we still recording. Jesus Christ.
A little bit more what?
Y'all motherfuckers know I'm a masochist.
Bye, everybody.
That's all I'm saying.
Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. I'm gonna listen. Don't leave me right now.
We're gonna talk about this on the next.
I'm gonna end this because I don't want to fucking blow it up for everybody else here.
You can edit it.
So let me go.